Hey GolfPass, Devan Bonebrake here, host of the Golf Fix. We are in Southern California at the beautiful links at Terranea. Look how gorgeous the Pacific Ocean is behind me. Doesn't get much better than this. And Terranea has actually been ranked #2 short course in the country by us at GolfPass. Today we're talking Tiger Woods. He has made it to Augusta National. You may have heard it, you may have seen it. And how would he use his full swing launch monitor to help prepare for Augusta? Let's talk about that. So carry yardage is a big deal. Being able to carry at the exact yardage, especially at a course like Augusta, and being able to hit greens in regulation. We know that is a huge key factor in success at winning the Masters. Jack Nicklaus said it best, Augusta National is the quintessential second shot golf course. So let's talk about how we can know our yardages. I love having the full swing here so I can get really dialed in. Doesn't matter if it's a straight shot, a draw, or a fade. What ball flight is going to change my carry yardages so I can be very precise with my irons. So I'm about 140 yards out on this hole. That's about a pitching wedge for me. So I'm going to just take a very neutral setup. Square stance, square face, ball centered is slightly forward. And then what I want us to feel is just a pretty neutral takeaway. So club, hands, feet kind of all in line. We don't want to get it too out or get it too in. We're trying to feel a very neutral path going back. And I'm just going to hit a stock shot and see about how far it goes. So that was great. Pretty much dead straight. Felt really solid. Check my carry yardage here. So that one was 138, so almost 140, close to what I'm looking for. Now, at Augusta, let's talk about hole number 16. Such a great hole. Back left and back right is where you generally will see the pins. And let's talk about how we hit that shot. So if it was a back left pin, and let's say that's making it 145, I'd probably still take my pitching wedge, but I would just hit a draw. A draw is generally going to go a little bit further. We're going to be de-lofting it. The face is going to be closed to the path a little bit. Will help give me a little bit more ball speed, plus I'll be able to cover that green. So start more at the center of the green and kind of curve it towards that pin. Let's talk about how we would do that. So we're going to play the ball a little more back for the draw. So if centered to slightly forward was neutral, a little bit more back. And then we're really going to use our takeaway to help give us a vision of how we're going to come down. I've noticed a lot with Tiger, when he's hitting a draw, everything's very connected. It's going to work a little bit more in going back, which is then going to allow him to come a little more in coming down. From here, as long as the face is slightly close to the path, ball will start right, but then curve back to the left. So let's talk about that. So ball slightly back. I'm just going to feel slightly more inside the normal going back and try to let that face be close to the path. Perfect, great contact, nice big draw. Definitely feel a little more ball speed there. And so that's kind of more of what I'm looking for. Gave me a little extra yardage. That looks like it was 146. So close to what I'm looking for, 145, 146. Hitting a draw just gave me a little more ball speed and allowed that ball to move towards the pin. Now, let's talk about back right pin location at Augusta. I want to hit a fade in there, but if I hit a fade with my pitching wedge, it's going to be short. Face is going to be more open to the path. We want to play the ball a little more forward. Those are going to take some distances off. So let's talk about how I would change into a 9-iron. So you're going to take your 9 instead of your pitch, and we're going to play the ball a little more forward in the stance. So I got the 9-iron to help me get it all the way to that back pin, but we're still going to hit a fade because that's the shape that fits this hole location. So we're going to play it almost off the inside of our lead foot. Still pretty square stance. And then I've seen Tiger do this a lot. Whenever you're seeing him rehearse for a fade, you definitely see everything moving a little bit more out, a little bit more in, letting that face kind of release underneath, keeping that face a little more open to the path. So have a little rehearsal beforehand. Feel a little more outside your hands, arms a little bit more out, and then try to mirror that coming down. So out and then out. Out back, out down. Once you've felt that a few times, play the ball forward, envision the ball starting left and curving towards the pin. Make sure you take a little bit more club. Let's go ahead and hit a fade to the back left pin location. Love that right there, so solid. Started left, curving back to the right. Exactly what I was looking for in 145. So pretty much the same distance, just from changing the path and the face, even though I changed my club. So you have options here, depending on the pin location, depending on the type of ball flight you want to play, all factor into the total carry. And having a full swing launch monitor like this, so critical for me learning how far I hit everything. So go out, get yourself a full swing launch monitor. You'll learn so much more about your game, from carry yardage to everything else. Super important for improving. I want to thank all of you for watching, and I want to thank Terranea for letting us be at this beautiful par 3 course here in Southern California.